The AI is turning to be another industrial revolution. How I can leverage AI for the benefit of the risk management, for the benefit of the banking and financial services products that we offer.
When you say financial services, which all industries you're talking about here?
The first one is money at work, and then the third one is
Which are the areas where it has started to really make an impact?
the customer experience is changing drastically. Earlier, we used to look at customer personas and offer the products. With AI,
So now let's talk about those 5 areas which you mentioned earlier. Let's start with customer experience. So can you give one example so that it kind of gets into the viewer's mind as to what are we talking about here? How AI is helping in improving customer experience?
so customers doesn't need to go and understand the bank's applications workflow. The AI will take care of that. So the cognitive effort is not required.
From the customer experience, let's move on to risk and compliance. How AI is being used in risk and compliance.
And whenever we do the rule-based systems, 90% of the detections are false positives.
Let's come to the professionals who are working in the financial industry. How AI is likely to kind of impact their future and their careers. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to a brand new episode of Future Forward, a podcast series by Techcanvass on artificial intelligence, business analysis, and data analytics. Every week, we invite an industry expert to have an in-depth discussion on a subject. This week, we are going to talk about AI in financial services. Generally, financial services has always been a leader in technology adoption. Is it the same with artificial intelligence? If yes, how financial services is leveraging AI to improve its operations, customer service, and achieve efficiency. To talk about that, we have an industry leader, Ramesh Gupta. Ramesh Gupta is a seasoned specialist in the BFSI domain with a core focus on risk management and its associated IT solutions. With 22 years of experience, he is recognized for his deep expertise and leadership in the field. Ramesh currently serves as the head of risk practice for India at FIS Global Solutions, where he drives strategic initiatives and innovation in risk management, duly bridging business needs with technology capabilities. Let's welcome Ramesh. Hi, Ramesh. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Abhishek. Thank you. Thank you very much for making me part of the Future Forward initiatives.
Great. So I talked a little bit about your professional career. If you can just expand on that, when did it start and how did it grow to this level?
Sure. I started my career with Lakshmi Vilas Bank, wherein I got the opportunity to work in retail banking, corporate banking, lending, forex, treasury, and risk management, and then got the opportunity to get specialized into risk management. Later, I started thinking that when I'm in a bank, I can serve a set of customers or maybe the whole bank. What if I go to IT industry where I get the opportunity to serve the whole banking community or at least a group of banks that gives me more leverage and make me a better productive leader. So this made me to move to IT industry. It was in 2008 where the Basel regulations were very fresh. I got the opportunity to go through Basel regulations, convert those regulations into smart requirements, develop a product, and then implement it in different banks across the globe. The journey took me to play various roles like product manager, project manager, program director, and currently I'm working with FIS Global as director for risk management practice. And in this journey, I got the opportunity to work with various banks across the globe like State Street, USA, NetBank, South Africa, Emirates NBD Bank, Dubai, Credit Suisse, Singapore, and and so many banks. And this is a wonderful journey that has made me learn the banking from the basics. And then what is fascinating me is how this is turning to the AI generation, and then how we are leveraging that banking fundamentals into the AI world.
Yeah, that is what we are going to explore today now. Okay, but before that, any incident or any personality which has affected your career or you uh, the most?
Okay, this is more close to my heart. Okay, so there are three incidents. Maybe I can say these are like connecting dots, like the Steve Jobs says. Uh, so during my childhood, my I used to go to bank. I used to withdraw cash, and I used to look at teller counters as something unknown area. And then I also use it to see whenever the cash is over, the teller used to go to the safe room and bring the cash. And I used to think that, oh, there must be a lot of cash, huge cash in that. And whatever the money that we are depositing, everything is inside. So I want to know more about, how it happens, and then how do they maintain it. So that curiosity was there. And then when I joined banking, that curiosity helped me to learn in depth about the cash reserves ratios, the RBI regulations, the central bank's guidelines, and then how the banking division functions. And then during 2008 financial crisis, we all can see that big, large banks like Lehman Brothers got fallen. And then I started realizing the importance of good risk management for the sustainable banking, for the sustainable banks across the world. That made me to get into the deeper insights of the risk management. And in the last couple of years, when we see the third incident I'm talking about, the last couple of years, when we see the AI is turning to be another industrial revolution. So this made me to think further about how I can leverage AI for the benefit of the risk management, for the benefit of the banking and financial services products that we offer. So that made me to think in that direction, become proficient in that, and then start offering solutions and solving customer problems.
Great. So now, as we start discussion on AI in financial services, let's first set the scope. So when you say financial services, which all industries we are talking about here?
Financial services is a broad industries. There are so many definitions for it. In fidelity information systems, we use in a different way. I think I felt that that is most advanced way and easy to understand. The first one is money at work, that is the capital markets, the insurance, the treasury, all the solutions, all the products that we offer, we call it as money at work.
Okay.
So this includes all the fintechs, especially the wealth tech, reg tech, all these things comes under money at work. And and then money at movement. That is the entire payment industry. It could be domestic payments, international payments, all these things come under money at movement. And then the third one is money at rest. That is our core banking, retail banking, corporate bankings, and all these associated products, all these solutions would come under this money at rest. So this is the way the three classifications: money at work, money at movement, and money at rest. This covers the entire financial services industry.
Yeah. So we actually it is quite a vast range of service industries.
Yes.
Okay. So when we talk about AI in financial services, okay, which are the areas like customer service, operations, which are the areas where it has started to really make an impact?
AI has started making impact in almost all the areas that we see in the financial services industry. Okay, so the major areas, maybe we can call it as, first is the customer experience. The customer experience is changing drastically. Earlier, we used to look at customer personas and offer the products. With AI, you can think that every customer is a different persona, and you can offer product to them and solutions to them. And then risk and regulatory technologies, the areas like AML and KYC, and then fraud detection, and then the measurements of the risk solutions, risk products. So all this comes under risk and regulatory technology. Lending is one area. Entire automation is happening and the automated workflows are coming into picture. And then regular operations where we can use robotic services and run the operation services, and treasury and other areas. So these are the five major areas where we can consider AI is changing drastically, and even in other areas also it is slowly picking up.
Okay. So before we get into these areas and try and understand how it is leveraging AI, just basic understanding on what is motivating industries or organizations to adopt AI. Is it about the efficiency? Is it about reducing the cost? What are the factors?
I look at three C's. Okay, one is the cost effectiveness, customer experience, and then competition in the market. And these three, and also over a period of time, these are driven by the revenue generation. So initially, it's going to be cost-effective solutions for the banks, for the financial institutions, and even for the service providers. But over a period of time, this is converting to the revenue generation model. And on top of this, the regulatory expectations also increasing towards the AI. Okay, so maybe if I go little deeper, say maybe customer experience that is changing dramatically, and customers are looking at the AI-powered solutions rather than the traditional solutions that we offer to the customers. Be it end customers or be it banks, be it the employees working in the banks. So everybody looking at what is the value addition that is coming through AI. And the second thing is on the cost effectiveness. You can write the code pretty much just by giving some prompts. You can generate the websites, you can offer solutions, you can make the entire workflow automated with a couple of prompts, agentic AI. And then the competition, if I don't get into the AI world, my competitors are going and then they are coming up with quite impressive products. So it's the responsibility of everyone. It's not just earlier it was the future, but it is now the current. And then when we look at the revenue generation overall, so the moment we start offering the AI powered solutions, the buying side of the customers is increasing. The customers are happy to spend dollars and then buy the AI powered solutions because they are also looking at the efficiency. And then regulators also framing guidelines on ethical farming of the AI, and then leveraging AI for the betterment of the industry, betterment of the customers' experience.
Correct. So now let's talk about those five areas which you mentioned earlier. Let's start with customer experience. So can you give one example so that it kind of gets into the viewer's mind as to what are we talking about here? How AI is helping in improving customer experience?
Okay, sure. So the first one, which is very close to my heart, is the re-look at the overall workflows. Say maybe if I look at, say for example, if I want to know what is my balance in the account, I have to log into the core banking application or what, right? Or maybe the mobile app I have, and then go to the customer profile, go to somewhere, and then probably if I want to look at the credit card balance, okay, maybe I have to go to credit cards. I have to see where the balance option is there, and I have to unlock it and then see what is my balance, what is my outstanding amount, and then what is the bill I have to pay by this month end. But with the AI powered, I can just chat saying that, hey, tell me what is my outstanding amount or what is the bill I have to pay at the end of this month. And it would give me immediately. So customers doesn't need to go and understand the, the bank's applications workflow. The AI will take care of that, and then so the cognitive effort is not required. So the customers can directly get all the information through this.
Yeah, right. So that's a good example. Actually, so the AI layer is built on top of the existing systems to improve the customer experience.
Yes, and then similarly, chatbots we have the intelligent chatbots. So whenever we ask the chatbot, it goes through the entire information, and then it can say, I don't need to search the statement and see what transaction, what payment went. So it can give me all the details. And similarly, if we see uh, maybe the sanctioning of the loans, the loan approvals, everything that is through AI powered, so that we can see all the information at one go, and then the customers feel wow about it.
So, before we get into the other areas, just a question came to my mind that loan sanctioning or some other aspects where we know AI can have biases. Okay. So, how is that taken care of?
So the models needs to be thoroughly tested. So generally, if you look at two AI models, they don't give same result most of the cases, right? If the variation is like manageable, like 2% or 3%, that is fine. There are cases where the variation is much higher, right? So thorough testing is needed, and then also explainability is the factor that we have to see, where AI can be, maybe if AI says that okay fine, okay, this loan can be sanctioned to this customer, we have to further inquire and find out why it can be sanctioned. What are the parameters it has looked at? It might have looked at 1,000 parameters, which a human can look at 40, 50 parameters before approving a loan. So effectively, AI gives better judgments, but at the same time, we have to see the thorough testing and then the explainability factor to understand the deeper insight of why it has given the approval, and then we can take that forward.
So, basically, the human in the loop or human oversight is always added to this.
Yes, yes. And then further back testings and further testings also, that can also give more emphasis. And then the large language models need thorough training. So over a period of time, the training will happen, and then we can see much more better models that come into the picture. The accuracy level will also improve.
Correct. So, typically, this cycle, let's say somebody is developing this piece of AI layer, how much time, in your experience, it takes? Is a very long project?
No, AI projects are, pretty much fast. Maybe we can say that maybe for a decent AI implementation, we can do it as early as 3 to 6 months time, and the prototype, everything would be ready, and then we can start using it and then start adding the enhancement. There are some models we can build it even much shorter period also. So the advantage is that we can go on the agile based development and start building the MVP, and then making the customers use it and get the feelings of it, and then take the feedback and then start expanding the product.
Okay. Just one more follow-up question on this. Are banks using the same LLM which is online, like ChatGPT or Gemini APIs, or they're building their own LLMs? What's the trend?
Okay, sure. So the problem with the open LLMs like Google or ChatGPT is the data confidentiality. So that's the reason many banks are going with Microsoft Copilot, where Microsoft is giving and within the Microsoft Copilot, within the organization, they are giving two options. One is within Office, and the second is outside. Okay, so if it is company's confidential, if it is something company's related information or document, then prefer to use the within the office model. It may not be as sound as the outside open models that we get it, but it is more secured, and probably over a period of time that can also get trained and get the better results.
Yeah, because banks also have to comply with the regulatory authorities. Otherwise, it will become a big problem.
Yes, yes, and then one more advantage is Microsoft has done a lot of integrations. Okay, so with its OneDrive, with its Outlook, and then all
Office
the
products.
Office products. So that gives a easy way of looking at. Hey, can you tell me what is the leave policy of the company? I don't need to find out where the leave policy is there in the intranet. It would just go and tell me the entire leave policy and explain me.
Yeah. Okay. So only Microsoft is offering this kind of a enterprise LLM option. Is there any in the competitor, if you're aware of?
I think pretty much everybody is using Microsoft because it has already done a lot of integrations within the Office applications. Yeah, maybe hopefully Perplexity and others might come into the picture, since they build their own browser and then other tech stacks they're coming up with. So maybe we can expect some uh, good traction from those vendors also.
Okay, so from the customer experience, let's move on to risk and compliance. How AI is being used in risk and compliance. That's a big area for banks.
That's a very big area. So when we look at the fraud detection, so AI is doing a wonderful job. Assume that say the limit is 50,000 rupees for a customer. If it is beyond 50,000, assume that the AI can flog for a set of customers. Okay, if the customer is intelligent, he might do the transaction at 49,900, and multiple transactions he will do. And the normal rule based systems will not find out what is happening. But with AI, with its intelligence, we can easily find out these kind of scenarios, and then we can address it. And whenever we do the rule based systems, 90% of the detections are false positives. And with AI, this is coming drastically less, and then we can see much benefit there. And similarly, risk management side, the calculations, with the AI, we can see much better calculations, much predictable numbers, and KYC, one of the areas where we can see that AI can detect the face, AI can understand, AI can go through the documents that are submitted, and then it can tell us whether the documents are genuine or not, whether the documents are matching or not. These are all reducing a lot of human effort and bringing more consistency and confidence.
And so now the third area, credit and lending. No, before that, just one question. So this in risk management. So this is applicable across multiple industries, not just bank or so it could be insurance company, it could be any of the financial service industry. So is it being used across the board?
Yes.
For the fraud detection or anti-money laundering? Is it being used everywhere?
Yes, risk management is everywhere. Even if you look at the any company, so there is always most likely there is a risk department, and then this AI innovation is being used everywhere. If you look at say insurance, so we are looking at building some kind of solutions which can predict the fraud insurance cases, fraud claims. And similarly, we can also look at what are the customers, how much percentage of customers, or who are the customers renew their insurance policy without giving the reminder. So then we don't need to call those customers. With the AI, we can able to confirm that around 80% of the customers renew their policies without even giving a reminder. So then our focus should be only on the remaining 20%, which could be extraordinary focus to get the revenues, to get the renewals. So this is the way, both at the revenue side as well as risk management, compliance side, and even on the cyber security side. So everywhere AI is making its mark.
So just quick question on that. So how about getting the resources for doing these projects? Because I guess resource is a problem.
Yes, yes. So maybe 2 decades ago, if we see, people talk about computer literate, right? Now we can see that pretty much all the professionals that are coming into the market are computer literate. Probably they're experts also. Now we are talking about AI literate. One of the things is like prompt engineering, building their own agents, using validating AI models, looking at ethical side. So all these things. So maybe if you look at the current talent in the financial services industry, only 29% of the people have decent amount of AI knowledge to start working on it. So there is a big amount of up curve is needed. This is something, the responsibility of the individuals as well as the employers, the industry, to train the new generation, to train the existing people in the AI domain, and then make them comfortable in using this and bring innovation from everyone.
Yeah. So are you seeing that banks are investing money in making some of the staff more AI literate, the right word which you used?
Yes, there are large number of trainings are happening across the industries. So maybe within the industry, within the organizations, or outside the organizations, there are trainings are happening, but not. I feel that it has to be multiplied to make everyone literate and then become proficient in the AI world. So there is a lot of effort needed from all the training providers, all the training departments in the organizations to make them to make the new generations, to make the existing workforce ready with the AI skills.
Correct. So now coming to the third area, credit and lending. How AI is being used there?
Yes. So in credit and lending, maybe right from maybe building the credit score. So in building the credit score, when we look at credit score, we use 40, 50 parameters or max 100 parameters, whatever the biggest model that we see. But with the AI, we can use 1,000 parameters or even unlimited parameters to call it as to build the customer profile and then to find out the credit score. In one of the companies in US, they found out that some of the customers who doesn't have credit score but who are paying their utility bills regularly are one of the good customers to sanction loans to them, and they could see that 40% improvement and 40% inclusion of the new customers into their lending portfolio.
Okay.
That's a big financial inclusion, right? And then the workflows. With the AI, we can easily build as many workflows as we want, and then we can also, earlier all the workflows are rule based systems. Now with the AI, it is intelligent based system, so where it can find out and then it can send whom to approve, how much limit to approve, what are the specific scenarios that has to be taken care. And if you look at retail banking and areas, 91% of the entire loans are approved through AI agents or through automation. And then if you see the other areas like documentation, AI is being used in the documentation to understand whether the right amount of documents are submitted by the customer or not, whether all the signatures are done, is there any corrections needs to be done. Everything the AI is taking care, which is saving huge amount of manual effort. And then it is also helping for the quick disbursement of the loans.
Correct. So now let's look at the one more problem which we as customers face is that we get calls from banks and selling some products. Okay. So the problem with that is that they're always misfit in the sense I don't need a loan, but I get a call for the loan. Right. Now, from if you look at it from the bank side, it's a waste of timing for the man or the waste of manpower time. So how can they leverage the AI to kind of make it more personalized? You talked about that. But even here, why are they not using AI to kind of customize it?
Yes. So the predictive banking is shaping up. So maybe a customer needs loan 3 months down the line for certain amount. So the bank can predict it and then it can offer a loan at a competitive interest rate. So that is coming up in the market. So slowly over a period of time, I'm hoping that these unnecessary calls will come down and the financial institutions will focus on the real areas where they need to offer the loans or offer certain products to the customers.
Right. The other area is about the claims settlement. Okay. Lot of the times, lot of people get their claims rejected for whatever reasons. Okay. Now, they could be genuine. We don't know whether it's correct or not. But let's say we keep it saying benefit of doubt that companies who are rejecting it, there is a genuine ground. But can there be some objectivity into it? Because right now, it seems that many people I have heard from is that it is a reason which is not valid as per them. Okay. Can it be made more objective with AI?
Yes. So there is one scenario where so a customer has claimed for the medical reimbursement, and with the AI they could able to figure out that with the Google location history, they could able to figure out that the customer was not there in the hospital during that period. So So this pretty much, with the help of the AI, so they could able to reject the claim. And similarly, with the AI, we are also able to find out what are the genuine cases, and what is the overall history of the customer, and what is the history of the claim success. So all the information, and then based on that, the claim settlement process is also being automated. So with the AI, so all these processes getting simplified. Maybe initially it is used just to see whether AI is doing correct role or not. Over a period of time, once we train the large language models, then the accuracy percentage would improve, and then it would be much efficient in the production environment.
Okay. One last question in this is that cyber frauds. Okay, a lot of frauds are happening. Okay, and many people lose their money. Okay, can our banks trying to do something about it? And can AI be useful here also?
Yes, definitely. So when we look at the payments, so if the payment is going to the irrelevant party, when the payment is going to some location which is not the customer's regular location where the payment is going. So those are the cases we are using AI. The banks started using AI to find out whether the payment is genuine or not, and then it is giving calls or confirmation to the customer and taking the double confirmation before the payment is getting released. So in this way, the payment frauds uh, are getting reduced with the help of the AI. And I think over a period of time, this would come down much to the much lower level. And at the same time, the fraudsters are becoming even more intelligent. They are also using AI. So it is a good game to see how the things will shape up. But over a period of time, I can definitely see that this would come down.
Right. So we talked about several areas. Is there anything else which I might have missed where AI is being leveraged?
Yes, I mean, there are so many areas. AI is something, it's there everywhere. Okay, so maybe so FIS, we have launched a product called Treasury GPT. Okay, so this is a kind of tool that tells the treasurer about the liquidity management position, and at the same time it also detects the frauds. And suppose if the treasurer wants to know, okay, what will happen if I take Brazilian forward rate note rather than Australian forward rate note or American forward rate note. So then this GPT can answer the question immediately, and then also helps, okay, what are the required fields to be incorporated, to be inputted to submit the deal. So so if treasurer has any clarifications, so when the treasury GPT is handy to answer all the questions. So it is like, it is helping the entire liquidity management process, and also risk management, and also detecting the frauds. So, and similarly, say customer onboarding, okay, which comes under customer experience. Okay, so agent AI is coming, agent banking is coming, where the customer can just sit and relax at its own, at his or her own place, and then the entire onboarding will take place, right? And then say in areas like insurance that we discussed about, the claim settlement or the processing. So all these areas AI is showing a tremendous help.
Yeah. So as you were talking about the treasury part, I just remembered that one of my friends, he actually trades in derivatives. Okay, so he always has a question saying that, can I have an AI based system that I can know the strategies based on the data which I provide? Can I get a strategy for the market so that I can invest in futures and options?
Yes, exactly. That's the area where Treasury GPT is trying to work on. The large language models are being trained, and then it would become like a one-stop solution for the treasurers to maintain their portfolio.
Okay, that would be great. So now we talked about a lot of areas where AI is being used, but let's look at the challenges which financial services industry is facing in terms of implementing AI for all these leverages which they are planning to have.
Okay, sure. So, in the financial services industry, some challenges like the basic AI challenges are like hallucination. So sometimes it gives the information out of irrelevant context, something which will not be able to figure out, right? And then the data security, data privacy, data, and the output is as good as the input that we give to the AI systems. So the data management, the data efficiency, and then explainability. AI should be able to tell to the CFO why a particular deal is booked or why a particular swap transaction is booked. So that level of explainability is something still underway. Maybe over a period of time, we can see that this level of detail that would come, and then the challenges will get minimized. And one more thing is AI, the memory part. Maybe the GPT-6 is coming, which would come with the memory, so that could address some of the memory aspects, and then it would make it more easier for the AI to use.
So when you say memory, it's about amount of data it is going to process at one point in time, or something.
Remembering the previous context, conversations, and then giving the holistic answer.
Correct. Okay. So any real life case where AI implementation has failed, and what were the learnings from that?
Sure. So maybe as per the theory, maybe we can say that at least lot of failures also we are seeing in the AI implementations. So maybe Wells Fargo, one example is that due to the wrong model, so maybe at least 500 customers were lost their homes because AI felt that these are the customers where the repayment will not happen, and then it's a bad debt. Okay, and then similarly, there are some companies who have not thoroughly tested and deployed in the live production of the trading systems, and then they ended up losing. Even I think one capital management company, it lost as much as $400 million, uh, just because the thorough testing was not done, and then it got deployed in the production. Okay. So these short-term losses can go up to 20-21% of the overall bank's loss. But I'm pretty sure these are just short-term. Over a period of time, these models will improve and then give huge benefit to the investors.
Right. So looking ahead, okay, you have a lot of experience in this industry. So how do you see AI transforming the industry further? What's the future looking like?
So I'm looking at humanoid AIs, which is like one step ahead of the agentic AIs, where suppose if a customer wants to withdraw cash, they can order a humanoid. The humanoid will go and get the cash for the customer, or they don't even need to now itself, like 70-80% of the customers are not visiting branches. Maybe once humanoids come into the picture, probably that would even more fall down, right? And similarly, agentic AIs and orchestrator AIs. Everybody is building their own agentic AIs, orchestrator AIs, and then the lot of automation is happening in that aspect. And then the quant finance, which is going to change the entire way of the portfolio management, the investments, the trading strategies, everything. And then we look at the cloud computing would even go further. So these are the areas I can pretty much say that in the next 5 to 10 years, AI is going to give a drastic change.
Right. So humanoid agents, I really like that idea. It's like you can also think about humanoid agents taking the cash out, sitting in a self-drive car, and then deliver the cash at home. That would be
Yes, yes, yes.
that would be really
That
fantastic.
will be really fantastic. Yes.
Okay. So from the organization side, let's come to the professionals who are working in the financial industry. How AI is likely to kind of impact their future and their careers.
So the roles are going to be changed with the AI. Say, for example, earlier maybe, okay, if you see the traditional banks, in each branch, there are roles called accountant. So who takes care of the branch accounts and make sure that the assets and liabilities are tallied before the end of the day. But now these accounts roles got transformed to customer service executives, tellers, right, or relationship managers. Yeah. So now similarly, see, uh, now the developers roles or the business analyst roles. So these roles will also get transformed to more towards the strategy, more towards the customer solution finding areas rather than sitting and building the code. And even the risk managers, uh, many of the risk systems, pretty much slightly couple of years before, if you see, so these are like end of the day based risk systems or month end based calculations happens. With the AI, we can see the data on the real time basis. Even now, CFOs, treasurers, everybody is asking the data, the market positions on the real time basis. And then so the risk manager's role is more towards how this data is coming and what is the impact to the organization, what steps needs to be taken. It's more towards the strategy rather than number crunching.
Correct. So, in terms of skills, okay, so somebody is working in the financial services industry, whether IT or non-IT people, how should they look at skilling themselves now? Because one, technology changing very fast. Okay, so you can't just say that, okay, this is going to last forever. So how should they look at general approach and mindset to this entire changing kind of a landscape?
So AI is going to change, and it is going to change much faster than what we expect.
Correct. Agreed.
Okay, so whatever the skills that are available in the market, everybody should go ahead and probably, right, learn those skills, and slowly, and then whatever the new skills that are coming, it's like a delta of it. So it's easy for them to take the delta and then keep themselves up to date. And so areas like prompt engineering or building agentic AIs, so or maybe working on the uh, fundamentals of the cloud computing, or maybe a quant finance. So these kind of things, maybe all the professionals could learn and slowly take it at a time, step by step.
Correct. Now, so this was for professionals, mid-level, junior staff, somebody who are in leadership positions. What advice would you give them that okay, this is how they should look at the kind of AI evolution and the fast pace at which it is changing?
So for the leaders, I would say that AI literacy is something mandatory for everyone. When we look at the leaders, my suggestion is look at the overall organization level, what changes that AI can bring, what impact that can be given, and then build a strategy, and then start working on the areas that needs to be improved. Instead of looking at the piecemeal and small developments, in enterprise level, AI strategy is very much recommended. And then they also should look at how they can enhance the skills force, how they can enhance the existing infrastructure, and then make AI offerings as part of their entire solution offerings.
Right. So, just to close, a couple of last questions. First, if you have to kind of sum up and say the biggest kind of a promise and the biggest pitfall of AI in financial services.
AI is changing the entire area of the gamut. So be it in the customer experience, be it in the risk management, be it in lending or investment banking, wealth tech, reg tech, everywhere AI is changing. So so it's always advisable to be AI literate, gain AI knowledge, and then you just gaining the knowledge will not be sufficient. Start using that knowledge in the practical applications. Maybe one agentic AI session is attended. After that, go back and build one AI, build one agentic AI just to see how my Outlook emails get automated. right? So this is the way, if people can practice it, so then that will become the practicality based AI learning rather than just theory based AI learning.
And the pitfall.
Pitfalls, so the data security, the ethical AI, the governance, or explainability. So these are the areas that AI improvements improvements needed, and then and definitely a lot of innovations are happening, and then over a period of time we will get more and more improvements in these areas.
Correct. So, last question. So, people who listen to this podcast, obviously they'll have more questions. Okay, so I think this requires a lot more time than 1 hour. Yes. So, where can they connect with you?
So people can connect with me over LinkedIn. So I generally do post some of the events. I also follow Techcanvass page. So if they have some queries, they can post it there. So I'm happy to answer those queries. And then I also lead the PRMIA Bangalore chapter as an regional director. So people can connect me through that. And then so AI is going to change, and then AI is going to be the future. So everybody to be literate and then enhance their knowledge would definitely take the industry to the next level.
Since you mentioned Premier, so just talk about it. What is it, and what the community is doing?
Sure. So PRMIA is Professional Risk Managers International Association. It offers a lot of certifications like PRM, Professional Risk Manager, APRM, and specializations in market risk, credit risk, operational risk, liquidity risk. And it also conducts a lot of training programs. So idea is that make the people know about the risk management and build sustainable risk practices, make the organizations resilient. So Premier conducts a lot of events and works with industries, works with colleges to make them aware of the risk management, risk practices, and make the society more and more resilient society.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much, Ramesh. This was nice talking to you. In fact, I had my own questions which I asked, which were which I wanted to know. So thank you so much. So viewers, this was really insightful discussion on AI in financial services, and that's the end of this episode. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.